and welcome. Today we're joined by a very special guest, aqEr Professor John aqEr. And John, please tell us little bit about yourself. You're a professional mathematician, right?
I guess in a way, yeah. Recreationally, no. Professionally, yeah. Yeah, that checks
Okay.
out. Do a little bit of math, a little bit of writing.
Do you write
Yeah.
books?
Not yet, but it is something that I think I will do eventually.
Right on. Right now you actually stream on Twitch, right? Under the same name?
Yep. Aqueous erbium everywhere.
That's pretty dope. Yeah, I have really enjoyed over the past couple weeks going in and visiting your stream and hanging out in there.
Yeah, it's been real nice to be able to chat with you there.
And then, let's see, I can't help but notice we are about a minute in and you haven't called me a good puppy girl yet. Is there something you'd like to say? Or, just like, I'm not asking for a compliment, but like if you, just maybe had some thoughts that you didn't feel comfortable in the comments leaving or something,
No, it's so I first sorry because I throw that but no I in a monogamous married relationship and all that it
that's right.
keeps me focused and all that. Yeah,
I'm sorry, I forget that sometimes.
No, it's good. Petra reminds me that it's good for you to remember, but it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just, sometimes puppy girls get thirsty, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Something I kind of wanted to ask you about is mathematics going woke? We've talked a lot about Common Core on this channel. I mean, it's probably one of the number one things we talk about in addition to Dark Souls. Can you talk a little bit about why did they make the numbers go woke?
Yeah, well, you bring up the mention of Common Core, and Common Core is, one of these things that I've always had a lot of feelings about, and if you give me the time.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Okay,
the floor is yours, my
yeah.
friend.
So, like it's one of those classic things where something gets made and established and whatnot that is to serve a general good, but is consistently implemented incorrectly in ways that otherwise lead to the detriment of the human experience and society broadly. So
are you saying standardized testing is not the most effective way to measure the intelligence of school-aged children?
Well, that becomes then the root of the issue too, right? Is what is the measure of intelligence success in a school? Is it just a number for someone to look at? Clearly not. There's been plenty of talk about how that doesn't necessarily do the best at really gauging someone's success and knowledge and capabilities. After all, IQ has been thrown to the ground and kicked a couple times too. Same thing's going to happen with standardized testing. It happened with Common Core too.
As someone with a double-digit IQ,
shit.
I can assure you that I am not really concerned with standardized tests in my 30s.
Yeah,
I know you are.
legit.
You are a little bit younger. You're a member of the Generation Z, correct? Are you a big fan of ZZ Top?
I haven't listened to much of them personally. I am aware of them. I do like the beard. Beard's
Okay,
very
so
cool.
you are a member of Gen Z then?
But I'm on the cusp. I'm one of those zillennials.
That's right. You're on the cusp of a couple things, aren't you? Aren't you on some cusp of a zodiac sign or some? You've got a very unique signature. I mean, sorry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I was going to hypothetically accumulate millions and millions of dollars of wealth and decided to use that behind the scenes to engage in what I believed was the appropriate level of justice, I think I would use that symbol as my beacon. So it does make sense.
Okay, so we should create a signal like that and flash it into the sky, and hopefully that'll stop the evil capitalists. Is that? I'm going to be honest, I could get behind something like that, but it sounds like Petra doesn't want me getting behind you in that way anymore. Or any more than I already have. I'm sorry. I don't mean to imply that we've met in person, or as you call it, in the real.
In the real?
Your generation.
Not yet. I would say largely for me, it could be a generational thing too, being the zillennial, and that I like to disrespect the English language in minor ways that keep people off, but not to a degree that they feel like talking about it with me.
Okay.
And so that's one of those. Yeah, in the real, it do be that way. You know, those things.
They don't think it be like it is, but it do.
Exactly, right? You get it.
Was that Mookie Wilson that said that? Wiser words never spoken by a person in baseball.
So true. But the symbol.
Yes.
Yeah, that is, I remembered what we were talking about. But yeah, the aqEr symbol, as I call it, I decided to really look into this astrology thing that everyone loves talking about, and looking up the horoscope and all that. And I was just like, am I really in Aquarius? Everyone's always told me that, and I just accepted it. So I started like looking in a little bit, and it turns out not necessarily. Right there, it turns out that there's 4 different common astrological systems. There's plenty more. But only in one of them, of course, the one typically used in the West, I'm considered an Aquarius. Whereas in the other 3 systems, I always forget how to pronounce this one correctly, but I believe it's sidereal. Then there's the International Astrological Union. Very cool, very official. Sounds like a fun group. And this dude named Schmidt, all claim that I'm actually Capricorn. So I was like, that's pretty cool.
I'm most inclined to believe Schmidt. Can you go ahead and tell us, is Schmidt like a person in a van? Was he a person at school? Where did this opinion come from?
I mean, I really wish I too knew more about Schmidt. Schmidt does seem like quite the interesting individual because he came up with 14 symbols, whereas the International Astrological Union, they only got 13, and the tropical and sidereal systems only got 12.
Ooh,
so I mean,
I'm gonna have to...
Schmidt's sitting here,
Schmidt kind
all
of
hung
the
out.
line, it sounds like. What?
Yeah.
13 of all the numbers, when you're counting upwards, 13 has got to be the greatest, right? I mean, it's the Thorn of Camor, the Lies of Loch Lamora, the Nameless 13th. The Thorn of Camor believes in the Nameless 13th, and you're telling me Schmidt wants to go against that? Oh, there is a special place in hell for people like him.
I mean, that's fair. I can definitely see that. And I mean, with 14, I mean, it's pretty close, but
It
certainly
is pretty
not
close.
the same.
You know, actually,
yeah.
I take that back. Schmidt doesn't have to go to hell. He can make up his blasphemous views, and well, actually, I think he would be going to hell regardless of what he said about the Nameless 13th, if the Judeo-Christian God is to be believed.
True. Definitely cast down for adding in Ophiuchus and Cetus into the astrological system. I don't think.
Ophiuchus? Is that the god of
I don't
houseplants?
think good old. What the fuck was this guy? Something about a fucking snake or something. Scorpion too? Shit, this dude has everything.
I am actually an Aquarius. The sticky basket is the way I carry water. it's probably not the most effective way of carrying water, especially when you're bearing the age of Aquarius on your back, but such is the life of a prophet, you know?
Yeah. No, I get that.
That being said, you have decided to join in the fray, correct? You worship at the altar of Sticky Basket as an aquaricorn.
I do follow the scripture.
Do you acknowledge that we are led by the symbol of the unicorn?
I mean, I follow that. Yeah, I'll acknowledge.
But there's only one unicorn in all of existence, and it's the mighty rhinoceros. Do you acknowledge that? Or do you have some other divine creature
actually,
upon this earth that you would
like
dare say in the holy house of the Sticky Basket?
No. I feel like when people talk about a lot of... I do feel like the rhinoceros definitely takes the cake as the unicorn when we're really thinking about it. A lot of people like to name drop the narwhal, but that's not a horn, it's a fucking tooth. Yeah. Like, what even is that?
And you know what? Honestly, in what mythical texts do you see a unicorn swimming? Maybe the Triceratops. I could say the Triceratops and like the rhinoceros, obvious unicorns. Actually, Triceratops had 3, so that actually no longer a unicorn. And actually, the rhinoceros has 2. I'm starting to think that unicorns might not be real. Have I been leading the part-time revolution under a symbol of, like, idolatry?
Well, I mean, as you brought up earlier, if we are to believe the Judeo-Christian God, then we have the Book of Job to really look back to. There, when God's yelling at Job for being a little snivelly piece of shit, it talks about unicorns and the Leviathan. So I think also the Behemoth. I think maybe not Leviathan there. Shit, I need to brush up on my Book of Job. But the unicorn 100% comes up. It's real. It's in there. And if we're to believe that scripture anyway. Yeah.
When we're discussing scripture, I want to ask, do you think David's genitals should have been larger than they were depicted in the famous statue? Because he slayed Goliath, but do you think he slayed with size, or do you think he slayed with skill? Because I know the story traditionally is like a size thing, but what if it's like a smarts thing, and David was hung like a horse? Sorry, hung like a unicorn. My apologies. I want to relate to what we're talking about.
So true. I personally believe that David was just simply a grower, and it's hard to maintain an erection for as long as it takes to produce such a magnificent statue. So had to hang flaccid during the large majority of the modeling process.
That makes sense. Do you believe that it's important for us to show our heroes erect when we create statues of them?
I don't think that it's fully necessary, but some showing I think would be entirely fair, if not even good.
So you would prefer more of like a half chub?
A good semi is always tasteful, honestly, and I really think what we've truly lost out of the statue of David is really just a full progression of the visage of David. We only get the one shot. And if we had some other action shots, there may have been opportunity for semis, tinted bulges, or even full erection. And it's kind of a shame that we missed out on that.
Bulging statues. Under her robes, do you believe Lady Liberty, the Statue of Liberty, is hung?
Oh, absolutely. And not a grower, but a shower.
Oh, awesome. Very positive trans representation. Thank goodness France gave us that statue.
100%. Very, very happy. Quite the shame that I don't think I've had the opportunity just yet to gaze upon her beauty, but maybe one day.
I'd like to take a peek under her robe sometime. Maybe get a glimpse of that. Well, actually, no, we shouldn't sexualize trans women in that way. Being a trans woman, I already know that I'm not a big fan of genital pictures. Do you want to? Have you ever sent genital pictures to anyone? I know you're in a closed relationship.
I think once, only to an active partner at the time, though. I think it's quite upsetting, and despite having been in a months-long, maybe even over a year with this individual at the time that it happened, I was quite disappointed in myself and felt nauseous, even.
I'm very sorry to hear that. If
Yeah.
I opened
But I
an
grew out of it, honestly.
OnlyFans, would you subscribe to me?
Oh, absolutely. Full fan of the channel, friend of the basket, 100%. If you open up those avenues of accruing revenue from your faithful followers, I think I toss a coin or two.
Oh, goodness me. I would be so honored. And, oh, goodness. Sorry, I have some new plans about what I might be doing after this video. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been lovely having you, and it's wonderful talking.
Absolutely.
And next week, we're going to be playing Portal 2, right?
100%. Looks very good in my schedule.
Awesome. I am really looking forward to it. So thank you for joining me here in the house of the basket, and thank you at home.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
Joining us and having this sort of cool little dialogue. It's been wonderful to have you. It's been wonderful to get to share all this with you. And it sounds like we got some Portal 2 coming up. So stick around, stay tuned for the next one. And love you. Bye.
Bye.